What's up, my friends? It is the day after the night before where we beat Manchester City by 1-0. A very, very deserved and hard-fought victory for Jurgen Klopp's men. But we cannot rest on our laurels one bit, because in the month of October, the games keep coming thick and fast. And as you can probably guess, I'm here to go through my predicted 11 and score prediction for the game coming up against West Ham on Wednesday. It is an Amazon Prime game, by the way, for those of you in the UK. So make sure you've got your access to Prime ready for this one. I will be doing the watch along as always. We'll be starting an hour before kick-off over on our Twitch channel with a full match reaction coming up afterwards as well. So look, what I'm going to do here today is, instead of going through the 11 I'd like to see, this week I'm going to go through the 11 that I think Jurgen Klopp will go with for this game. West Ham coming off the back of a 1-1 draw against, I think it was Southampton if my memory's correct, a game that they actually deserved to win. There was a couple of iffy refereeing decisions and we've seen David Moyes be rather unhappy, and I can understand why after that game. So they're going to be coming in looking for the 3 points, but I'm hoping that victory over Manchester City is the catalyst that will allow us to get our confidence back up and push on through. Now look, of course, it was very worrying yesterday seeing Diogo Jota being taken off the pitch on a stretcher. As I record this right now, I don't have an update for you guys on how long he'll be out for, unfortunately. Obviously, we know Diaz is going to be out until after the World Cup. We did see Trent come back into the squad yesterday. He got some minutes from the bench. So look, what I'm going to do now is just go through the score prediction and the 11 and ask you guys for your thoughts. So look, let's start off with the score prediction. Gotta go 3-1 victory. It's nice to be able to predict a Liverpool win, because again, the other day I predicted a loss to Manchester City. Maybe I need that reverse psychology for the big games moving forward, I don't know. But in this one, I'm gonna go for a 3-1 win. And look, I'd happily take a 2-0 and a clean sheet, but I just think midweek games, I don't know, I just feel like there'll be goals in this one, so that's why I've gone for the 3-1. Now we move on to the centre-backs and the goalkeeper. Well look, Joe Gomez has to play at centre-back after that man-of-the-match performance of his, and he was amazing, by the way, along with Virgil van Dijk and the rest of that Liverpool team. And I owe Alisson a big apology. I didn't give Alisson the credit when I was doing my player ratings for that amazing assist for Mohamed Salah, because, you know, I hadn't had time to process all the information after the game, and you're coming on and you're doing the videos and you're pumped full of adrenaline and your mind isn't clear. So I owe him an apology for that one, because I forgot to mention that amazing assist. Yes, after that it was all down to Mo and his cool calm finish. But Alisson, I apologise, fella. You're absolutely amazing. Look, Gomez, Van Dijk, no arguments there, I don't think. Moving into the full-back positions, I think you might be surprised at what I've gone with here. Trent Alexander-Arnold and Andy Robertson. Look, Milner didn't put a foot wrong. And again, people pointed out to me in the comments that I said I'd never wanted James Milner to start a game for Liverpool again. I stand over every word that I've said. Doesn't mean when he comes in and does a good job, I'm not going to say, well done, Jimmy, good job. I call things as I see them, and I challenge anybody to say that deep down they'd be happy if Milner was to start the majority of league games between now and the end of the season, because I don't think he would be. We have better players, but unfortunately with injuries yesterday, Milner was the option, and it was a good call by the manager. So look, Trent for me will come back in for this game. I thought Robbo was really, really good, and I think he'll stay on the left-hand side. Whether that's harsh or not on Costas, I guess I'll find out in the comments from you guys, but that's my back five for this one. Looking at the formation, I've gone with a 4-3-3 for this one. With Jota being out as well, I think maybe Jurgen Klopp can find more solutions in this system. Look, I'm not saying I'm right. I'm absolutely open to be wrong. But for this, I'm going to go for a 4-3-3. So we move to the midfield now. And as you can see, this is what I've gone for. Thiago Alcantara on the left, Elliott on the right, and Fabinho in the middle. So no Jordan Henderson in my team. And that's only because I felt Harvey Elliott was really, really good against City. And that's going to be one of, if not the toughest game of the season for Harvey Elliott, because, you know, you're not going to get many squads better than Manchester City, and he did not look out of place on that pitch. So for me, that's what I'd go with. Fabinho in the holding role, Thiago to the left and Elliott to the right. If you want to swap Fabinho for Jordan Henderson, no problem, but ultimately, as long as Thiago and Elliott are in there, I'm going to be happy. Now we move to the attacking areas. What have I done here? Surely I've gone for Darwin on the left, right? No, I want Fabio Carvalho on the left, because I think, again, this is an opportunity for us to get him embedded into the first team. We've got no real options on the left-hand side from our priorities, which would be Diogo Jota, Luis Diaz, obviously. And yes, I'm aware that Darwin could play on the left-hand side. I just don't like him playing on the left-hand side. So what I do is I would start with Fabio Carvalho, see how he gets on. Obviously, Mohamed Salah, I don't know if you know this, it's a little known fact, but Mohamed Salah scored that goal in the 1-0 victory over Manchester City at Anfield. Oh yes, he did. Virgil van Dijk's record at Anfield, absolutely still intact as well. So look, Carvalho on the left for me, Mohamed Salah on the right. I'm really impressed with Fabio Carvalho. I've been really impressed with Harvey Elliott. And I love the idea of giving players with that future at the club some minutes because of injuries, but minutes that I think they deserve as well. Look, you could make an argument for Diaz on the left. And I'm somebody who wants Diaz to get more minutes. But I've got to be fair about what I've seen, who's been playing well, and what I think going into the game. And also I have to keep in mind what I think Kloppo will do. And most likely I think Jurgen Klopp will probably bring Darwin off the bench. So you can probably guess who's through the centre then. This gentleman here, Mr. Roberto Firmino, the man who has been reborn this season. He's been on form. Jurgen Klopp was absolutely right when he said that Bobby has shown the traits that has gotten him right to the top of world football. And for me, that's the 11 that I would like to see take to the pitch. If he put Darwin to the centre instead of Bobby, no problem. But one current theme or one concurrent team that I keep getting set messages or comments about is how much better Mo looked when he was able to get a little bit more central, maybe a little bit closer to Darwin or whatever. But for whatever reason, when Mo's central, everybody feels a little bit more comfortable. So long term, I do like the 4-2-3-1 or the idea of even a 4-4-2. And I do feel that hopefully Mohamed Salah's future will be more central. And perhaps we could find a way with little tweaks of the system or whatever to get him closer to Bobby Firmino, to get him closer to being through the centre, because he is devastating when he's through on goal. It took an excellent save from Ederson, an absolutely top-notch save that, of course, Anthony Taylor and the officials didn't see, which led to Manchester City's counter, which led to Manchester City's 2 fouls in the build-up to Manchester City's ruled-out goal. Not just 1 foul, apparently, according to the PGMOL, 2 fouls. So the one on Erling Haaland with Fabinho, that's a foul. And the one actually, Joe, I kind of disagree with the second one. I thought the ball was there to be challenged with Alisson, but if the keeper has his hands on it, they deem it as under control. So that was 2 fouls on top of the decision that it should have been a corner instead of a goal kick. So add to that the fact that Pep Guardiola was crying about it and saying, oh, you get these decisions at Anfield, yada, yada, yada. No, Pep, they're just the right decision because he fouled twice. So that's my 11, folks. That's my score prediction. I'm going to go for a 3-1 win to the Reds. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Do you agree with me? Do you think it'll be a wider score? Or would you like to tweak the players around? Maybe bring in, I don't know, Darwin and take Bobby out, which I feel will be really harsh on Bobby. But ultimately, it's over to you guys now. Let me know if you agree or disagree. And of course, as I said, we'll be doing a watch along of the game from an hour beforehand over on our Twitch channel. You can find the link for that in the description. I look forward to catching up with you guys soon. Much love. Bye-bye.